Focus on yourself, shock everyone today. I want to talk about something powerful, something that can transform your life overnight. It's a simple concept, yet so many people ignore it. Focus on yourself and shock everyone. Too often, we get caught up in proving ourselves to others, chasing validation, seeking approval, and measuring success by someone else's standards. But the real game changer, it's when you turn inward, focus on you, and let your success do the talking. Many people spend their lives talking about what they're going to do, explaining their dreams, and seeking approval before they even take the first step. They make grand announcements, share their plans with friends and family, and post about their goals on social media. But here's the truth, talking doesn't get results, action does. The problem with constantly explaining your plans is that it creates a false sense of accomplishment. Every time you tell someone about your ambitions, your brain rewards you with a small sense of achievement. Even though you haven't done anything yet, you feel productive, but in reality, you're stuck in the same place. This is why so many people never move beyond the idea stage. They get lost in the excitement of planning and talking instead of actually doing the work. Successful people don't waste time explaining, they execute. They understand that results speak louder than words. Instead of sharing their goals prematurely, they channel all their energy into taking action. When you focus on execution, you shift from seeking validation to building something real. The world doesn't reward ideas, it rewards results. One of the main reasons people explain instead execute is fear. They fear failure, judgment, or the possibility of making mistakes. So they talk about their plans as a way to seek reassurance from others. But here's the reality, nobody cares about your dreams as much as you do. People might listen, nod, and even encourage you, but at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to turn your vision into reality. There's also the issue of external validation. In the age of social media, it's tempting to announce every goal you set for yourself. You might think that sharing your intentions will keep you accountable, but often, it has the opposite effect. The moment you receive likes, comments, and praise for simply stating your goal, your motivation can decrease. Your brain feels like it has already achieved something, making it harder to follow through with real action. That's why the most powerful moves are made in silence. Work behind the scenes, stay consistent, and let people see the results instead of just hearing about your intentions. Another downside of over-explaining is that it invites unnecessary opinions and criticism. The more people you tell about your plans, the more you open yourself up to doubts, negativity, and discouragement. Some people will project their own fears onto you, telling you that your dreams are unrealistic or that you're not capable. Others might secretly hope you fail. When you focus on execution instead of explanations, you protect your energy and keep distractions to a minimum. Taking action without announcing your every move also gives you the freedom to experiment, fail, and adjust without external pressure. When you constantly explain yourself, you create expectations that can feel overwhelming. You might feel trapped by the fear of disappointing others if things don't go as planned. But when you quietly work on your goals, you can pivot, learn, and grow without feeling the need to justify every change. One of the best examples of execution over explanation comes from successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and artists. They don't spend hours justifying their dreams to others. They wake up early, put in the work, and let their results speak for themselves. They understand that consistency is more important than words. Think about some of the most influential people in history: Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey. They didn't go around explaining every move they made. They simply took action and proved their worth through results. So how do you apply this to your own life? Start by making a commitment to yourself. Set your goals, create a plan, and get to work. Resist the urge to seek approval or explain your every move. Instead, let your progress be the proof. If you want to start a business, start researching, building, and launching. Don't just talk about it. If you want to get in shape, hit the gym and change your diet. Don't just announce your fitness journey. If you want to develop a new skill, practice daily in silence and let people notice the improvement over time. Every moment you spend explaining is a moment you could have spent executing. Time is the most valuable resource you have, and wasting it on unnecessary discussions only delays your progress. Instead of impressing people with words, impress them with what you build, create, and accomplish. At the end of the day, success doesn't come from what you say you're going to do. It comes from what you actually do. Focus on execution, stay consistent, and let your results do all the talking. Every day presents a new opportunity to grow, improve, and become a better version of yourself. The secret to long-term success isn't found in a single moment of greatness, but in the small, consistent improvements you make every single day. Life is a constant journey of learning, evolving, and pushing past your limits. When you commit to leveling up daily, you set yourself apart from the average person who remains stagnant, waiting for the perfect time to take action. Many people fall into the trap of complacency. They achieve a certain level of success or comfort and then stop growing. They settle into routines that don't challenge them, and over time, they lose their edge. The most successful individuals understand that growth never stops. No matter how skilled, knowledgeable, or accomplished they become, they continue to seek new ways to improve. The mindset of continuous growth is what separates those who dominate from those who fade into the background. Leveling up every day isn't about making massive changes overnight. It's about small, intentional actions that compound over time. If you improve by just 1% each day, that growth accumulates, leading to massive transformations over months and years. The key is consistency. It's not enough to work hard for a few days and then revert to old habits. You have to show up every day, even when you don't feel like it. One of the best ways to ensure daily growth is by setting clear, achievable goals. Without direction, it's easy to drift aimlessly. Goals give you a target to aim for, and they help you measure progress. Instead of saying, "I want to get better," define what better looks like for you. Do you want to develop a new skill? Improve your fitness? Strengthen your mindset? Whatever it is, break it down into small, daily actions that will move you forward. Your habits determine your future. The actions you repeat daily shape the person you become. If you want to level up, take a close look at your current habits. Are they helping you grow, or are they keeping you stuck? Successful people don't just rely on motivation, they build habits that ensure progress, even on days when they don't feel like it. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. When you train yourself to take action regardless of how you feel, you become unstoppable. One of the biggest obstacles to growth is comparison. Too many people waste time measuring themselves against others instead of focusing on their own journey. The only competition that truly matters is the person you were yesterday. If you improve even slightly from where you were the day before, you're winning. Avoid distractions, stop worrying about what others are doing, and channel all your energy into your own progress. Failure is another essential part of leveling up. Many people fear failure and avoid challenges that might expose their weaknesses. But failure is not a setback, it's a lesson. Every mistake, every rejection, and every struggle teaches you something valuable. The most successful individuals embrace failure because they know it's a stepping stone to greatness. Instead of being discouraged when things don't go as planned, analyze what went wrong, adjust your approach, and keep going. Your environment plays a huge role in your ability to grow. Surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. If you spend time with those who have no ambition, you'll struggle to maintain your drive. Seek mentors, consume content that expands your knowledge, and engage with communities that push you to be better. Growth isn't just about what you do, it's also about who you associate with. Taking care of your mind and body is a non-negotiable part of leveling up. A sharp mind requires continuous learning. Read books, listen to podcasts, take courses, never stop expanding your knowledge. At the same time, your body needs proper fuel and exercise to perform at its best. Neglecting your health will eventually slow you down. When you prioritize both mental and physical well-being, you operate at a higher level. Another critical aspect of daily improvement is stepping out of your comfort zone. Growth happens when you challenge yourself in ways that feel uncomfortable. If you're not experiencing discomfort, you're probably not pushing hard enough. Whether it's speaking up in meetings, trying a new skill, or taking on bigger responsibilities, discomfort is a sign that you're stretching beyond your limits. At the end of each day, reflect on your progress. What did you accomplish? What could you have done better? This self-awareness helps you make adjustments and stay on track. If you make reflection a habit, you'll gain a deeper understanding of yourself and your growth process. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of effort, it comes from daily commitment. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who started with the most talent, money, or luck. They are the ones who showed up every day, improved constantly, and never stopped pushing forward. When you make the decision to level up every single day, you guarantee that your future self will be stronger, wiser, and more accomplished than you are today. Doubt is something everyone faces at some point in their journey. Whether you're starting a business, pursuing a passion, or simply trying to improve yourself, there will always be people who question your abilities. Some will do it out of jealousy, others out of fear, and some because they genuinely don't believe in you. But here's the truth: you don't need to argue, explain, or seek their approval. The best way to silence doubters is with results. Too many people waste time trying to convince others that they are capable. They respond to negativity with explanations, defend their dreams to those who don't understand, and let criticism get into their heads. This energy is wasted. No matter how well you explain yourself, some people will never believe in you until they see undeniable proof. Instead of engaging in debates, channel all that energy into action. Results speak louder than words. When you succeed, you eliminate the need for explanations. The people who doubted you will be forced to acknowledge your achievements, whether they like it or not. That's why the smartest approach is to stop seeking validation and start working relentlessly toward your goals. Let your success be the loudest response. Doubters can come from anywhere: family, friends, coworkers, or even strangers on social media. Sometimes they are well-meaning people who project their own fears onto you. Other times they are individuals who secretly don't want to see you succeed because it reminds them of their own lack of progress. Regardless of their reasons, it's important to recognize that their words only have power if you let them. The biggest mistake you can make is allowing doubt to shake your confidence. If you internalize the negativity, it can create self-doubt, slowing down your progress. Instead, use it as fuel. There's something incredibly powerful about proving people wrong, not by arguing, but by delivering undeniable results. Imagine the satisfaction of achieving something everyone said was impossible. That feeling alone should be enough motivation to keep pushing forward. One of the best examples of silencing doubters with results comes from some of the most successful people in the world. Think about athletes who were told they weren't talented enough, entrepreneurs who were told their ideas would never work, and artists who were rejected over and over again. They didn't waste time explaining themselves. They focused on their craft, worked harder than anyone else, and let their success speak for itself. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Instead of giving up or trying to convince people he was good enough, he trained harder than ever and became one of the greatest players of all time. Oprah Winfrey was once told she wasn't fit for television. Instead of arguing, she built a media empire. Elon Musk was doubted at every step, whether it was PayPal, Tesla, or SpaceX, yet he proved his critics wrong every single time. These people didn't fight with words, they fought with results. If you want to silence doubters, focus on your work in silence. There's power in moving quietly, staying consistent, and letting the results unfold naturally. Many people announce their plans too early, seeking approval before they've even taken the first step. This often invites unnecessary criticism and discouragement. Instead, operate under the radar. Work hard behind the scenes, stay focused, and let your progress do all the talking. Another important aspect of silencing doubters is consistency. Success doesn't happen overnight, and one good result isn't enough. You need to keep showing up, improving, and pushing forward. When you maintain consistency, even the most stubborn doubters will have no choice but to acknowledge your progress. They may not admit it out loud, but deep down, they will know they were wrong about you. It's also crucial to trust yourself. When others doubt you, it's easy to start doubting yourself. But remember, you are the only one who truly knows your potential. If you have a vision, protect it. Don't let outside noise distract you. Stay locked in on your goals, believe in your ability, and keep moving forward. At some point, the same people who doubted you will come back and ask how you did it. Some will try to take credit for your success. Others will act as if they always believed in you. But by then, it won't matter. You won't need their validation, because you'll have something far more valuable, the proof of your results. The best revenge against doubt is undeniable success. Instead of explaining, execute. Instead of arguing, achieve. Instead of seeking approval, build something so incredible that people have no choice but to respect you. When you focus on results, the doubters fade into the background, and your achievements take center stage. There will always be moments where you doubt yourself. You will face setbacks, failures, and moments of exhaustion. But these moments are not the end, they are simply tests to see how bad you really want it. If you give up, you'll never know what you were capable of achieving. But if you keep pushing, you'll discover strength you never knew existed. Another powerful way to embrace pain is to change your perspective on it. Instead of seeing pain as suffering, see it as a necessary step towards success. Instead of dreading hard times, expect them. When you anticipate pain, it no longer controls you. You stop seeing struggle as something to fear and start seeing it as something to overcome. This shift in mindset makes all the difference. Think about the most inspiring stories in history. They are never about people who had an easy journey. They are about individuals who faced struggle, pain, and adversity, but refused to give up. These are the people who changed the world, not because they were special, but because they kept pushing when others quit. At the end of the day, you have two choices: run from pain or embrace it. If you run, you stay the same. If you embrace it, you grow into someone stronger, wiser, and more powerful. The choice is yours. The pain will come either way, but only those who push through it will reap the rewards. In a world where everyone is quick to talk about their plans, dreams, and ambitions, there's something powerful about staying silent and letting your success do the talking. Too many people spend more time announcing their goals than actually working on them. They want recognition before they've put in the effort, validation before they've achieved anything. But real success doesn't come from words, it comes from action, discipline, and results. When you focus on your work instead of trying to prove yourself to others, you create an unstoppable momentum. You stop wasting energy on unnecessary explanations and start directing all of it toward execution. The truth is, people don't remember what you said you were going to do. They remember what you actually did. That's why the smartest approach is to move in silence, stay consistent, and let your achievements speak for themselves. There is a reason why the most successful people aren't the loudest in the room. They don't spend time arguing with doubters or trying to convince others of their worth. They don't seek approval or validation. They simply show up, put in the work, and let their results be the proof. When you adopt this mindset, you free yourself from the need to explain your actions, and instead, you focus on what truly matters, making progress. One of the biggest mistakes people make is talking too much about their plans. It feels good to announce big goals, to tell people what you're going to achieve. But the problem is, when you talk too much about your intentions, you trick your brain into feeling like you've already accomplished something. That feeling of recognition can reduce your motivation to actually follow through. Instead of speaking about what you're going to do, let your work do the speaking for you. There's also the issue of outside opinions. The moment you announce a goal, people will have something to say. Some will doubt you, some will discourage you, and some will try to give advice that takes you off track. If you let their words get into your head, you might start second-guessing yourself. But when you work quietly and stay focused, you remove the distractions. You keep your energy directed toward action rather than debate. Success is the best response to doubt. Instead of arguing with critics, prove them wrong with results. Instead of explaining your vision, bring it to life. People may not believe in you at first, and that's fine. Your success will be undeniable when it finally speaks for itself. Those who once doubted you will have no choice but to acknowledge what you've accomplished. Another benefit of letting success do the talking is that it builds respect. People respect results, not promises. When they see that you consistently deliver, they take you seriously. You don't have to seek their approval because your work earns their recognition naturally. The best way to gain credibility is not by talking about what you're capable of, it's by showing it through action. Think about the greatest leaders, athletes, and entrepreneurs. They didn't rise to the top by constantly explaining themselves. They let their work set them apart. Michael Jordan didn't have to tell people he was great, his performance on the court made that clear. Elon Musk doesn't spend time convincing people that his ideas will work, he proves it by executing. Oprah Winfrey didn't ask for validation, she built a media empire that spoke for itself. The same principle applies to your life. Whether you're working toward personal growth, business success, or a fitness goal, don't waste time seeking approval. And don't announce every move before you make it. Just put in the work, stay focused, and keep going. In time, your results will say everything that needs to be said. A key part of this mindset is consistency. Success doesn't happen overnight, and one victory isn't enough. You need to keep showing up, keep improving, and keep delivering results. Over time, the evidence of your hard work will become impossible to ignore. Even the people who doubted you will have to admit that you've accomplished something real. At the core of this approach is discipline. It's easy to get caught up in talking about success rather than creating it. But the real winners separate themselves by doing the hard work behind the scenes. They train when no one is watching, study when no one is applauding, and grind when no one is paying attention. Then, when the results come, the world takes notice. The best part about letting success do the talking is that it removes the pressure of having to prove yourself before you're ready. You don't need to argue, justify, or explain. You simply need to work relentlessly until the results speak for themselves. When you stay quiet and focused, your achievements will be louder than any words you could ever say. So, move in silence. Focus on execution. Let your work build your reputation. And when the time comes, let your success be the loudest thing in the room. 4-0. Distractions are everywhere. In today's world, staying focused is one of the hardest things to do. Social media, endless notifications, negative people, and mindless entertainment constantly compete for your attention. On top of that, fake validation, the need for approval from others, traps many people in a cycle of seeking likes, comments, and recognition instead of making real progress. If you want to truly succeed, you need to cut out distractions and stop chasing fake validation. The most successful people understand the power of focus. They know that time is their most valuable resource, and they refuse to waste it on things that don't serve their growth. Every minute spent scrolling through social media, watching meaningless content, or engaging in pointless conversations is time that could have been used to build, create, and improve. The key to achieving big goals isn't just hard work, it's focused work. You can be busy all day, but if your energy is scattered across distractions, you won't make real progress. One of the biggest distractions in today's world is technology. Social media platforms are designed to keep you hooked, constantly refreshing for the next dopamine hit. Every time you check for likes, comments, or messages, you train your brain to crave instant gratification. This is dangerous because success in real life doesn't come instantly. It requires patience, consistency, and deep work. The more you rely on quick validation, the harder it becomes to focus on long-term goals. To break free from distractions, you need to take control of your environment. Start by identifying the things that steal your attention the most. Is it your phone? Certain apps? Endless YouTube videos? Once you know your biggest distractions, set boundaries. Turn off unnecessary notifications, set time limits on social media, and create a workspace free from distractions. Treat your focus like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Another major distraction is negative people. There are individuals who drain your energy, fill your mind with doubts, and keep you stuck in the same place. Some people are constantly complaining, gossiping, or making excuses, and if you spend too much time around them, their mindset will rub off on you. Cutting them off doesn't mean you hate them, it means you're protecting your peace and prioritizing your growth. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better. Fake validation is just as dangerous as distractions. Too many people get caught up in trying to impress others instead of improving themselves. They post their every move online, hoping for likes and comments that make them feel important. But here's the truth: likes don't equal success. Comments don't build skills. Attention doesn't create real value. The moment you stop seeking approval from others and start focusing on your own progress, you become unstoppable. One of the biggest traps of fake validation is comparing yourself to others. Social media makes it easy to see what everyone else is doing, but most of it is just a highlight reel. People only show their best moments, the vacations, the success, the wins. You don't see the struggles, failures, and hard work behind the scenes. If you constantly compare yourself to someone else's carefully curated life, you'll start to feel like you're falling behind, even when you're making progress. The only person you should compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. To cut out fake validation, focus on real accomplishments. Instead of seeking external approval, look at your actual progress. Are you improving your skills? Are you getting better at what you do? Are you moving closer to your goals? These are the things that matter. The opinions of others won't pay your bills, build your business, or make you successful. Only your actions and dedication will. One of the best ways to break free from distractions and fake validation is to become obsessed with your craft. When you're fully committed to something meaningful, distractions naturally lose their power. Athletes don't have time for gossip when they're training. Entrepreneurs don't waste time scrolling when they're building. Artists don't seek approval when they're creating. Find something that excites you so much that you don't even feel the need to be distracted. It's also important to create a routine that supports your focus. Set specific times for deep work, exercise, learning, and rest. A strong routine minimizes the chances of getting sidetracked If you don't control your time, distractions will control it for you. At the end of the day, cutting out distractions and fake validation isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about reclaiming your time, protecting your energy, and committing to something bigger than momentary pleasure. The more you eliminate the unnecessary, the more time and energy you'll have for what truly matters. Real success comes from focus, discipline, and dedication, not from distractions or validation from others. If you want to be great, remove what doesn't serve you and lock in on your goals. The world is full of noise, but those who learn to block it out and stay focused are the ones who rise to the top. 4O pain is an unavoidable part of growth. Whether you're chasing a dream, building a business, training your body, or pushing yourself beyond your limits, you will experience discomfort. Most people run from pain, avoiding challenges that make them uncomfortable. But the truth is, pain is the key to transformation. If you learn to embrace it instead of fearing it, you will unlock a level of strength, resilience, and success that most people never reach. The problem is that society has conditioned people to seek comfort. Everywhere you look, there are shortcuts, quick fixes, and easy options. People want results without struggle, success without sacrifice, and rewards without effort. But nothing truly valuable comes without a cost. The best athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the strongest minds, all of them got there by enduring pain and pushing through it. Pain is not your enemy, it is your greatest teacher. When you work out, your muscles tear and rebuild stronger. When you face rejection, you learn and improve. When you struggle, you develop mental toughness. Every painful moment is an opportunity to grow. The more you expose yourself to difficulty, the more resilient you become. But if you avoid pain, you also avoid progress. The difference between those who succeed and those who quit is simple: winners don't stop when it hurts. Most people quit at the first sign of discomfort. They start something new, feel the resistance, and back down. They tell themselves it's too hard, it's not meant for them, or it's better to stay in their comfort zone. But the few who push through that pain are the ones who rise above the rest. Think about the greatest athletes in history. They didn't become champions by training only when they felt good. They trained through exhaustion, injuries, and setbacks. They showed up every single day, even when it hurt. They understood that pain is temporary, but the rewards of perseverance last forever. The same applies to any area of life: business, fitness, personal growth, or any other goal you have. The struggle you endure now will be the foundation of your future success. One of the biggest challenges is learning to push past your mental barriers. Your mind will always try to protect you from discomfort. It will tell you to stop when things get hard, to take a break, to quit. But you have to learn to recognize these thoughts for what they are: lies designed to keep you in your comfort zone. You are far more capable than you think. Your body can handle more pain. Your mind can endure more stress. And your spirit is stronger than you realize. But you'll never know this unless you push beyond your limits. Pain is also a sign that you're on the right path. If you're feeling uncomfortable, it means you're challenging yourself. If you're struggling, it means you're growing. The worst thing you can do is stay where everything is easy. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you are tested, when things feel impossible, and when you have every reason to quit, but you don't. The key is to develop a mindset that thrives on challenges. Instead of avoiding pain, start welcoming it. When things get tough, tell yourself, this is where I grow. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started. Every time you push through a difficult moment, you are becoming stronger, tougher, and more unstoppable.